Welcome to a breezy tour through the quirky workshop of the mind where self-awareness meets self-referential processing and things get delightfully meta. Think of the brain as a bustling orchestra, the self in the front row during a quick check of the stage and the backstage crew doing their own quiet math. We start with the big questions like their mind and that cheeky capacity to imagine others' thoughts while you're busy imagining your own. It all begins in the brainstem and flows upward to the nucleus tractus solitarius and paracardial nucleus, tiny conductors, while surprisingly grand roles in keeping us aware of our inner and outer worlds. As we wander, we bump into the basal forebrain and the medial temporal lobe, where memory piled higher while meaning does its dance. The amygdala flares with a blush of emotion, the hippocampus shells stories into autobiographical memory, and the long-standing concept of the self gets shuffled into the longitudinal self, the semantic self-knowledge, and the minimal self, the quiet observer who notices the wobble of a phantom limb or the address of somatoropharenia. If you ever felt a limb that isn't there, you've met the strange case of body dysmorphic disorder. Or perhaps you're whispered around anorexia nervosa, illness, anxiety disorder, or somatoform pain disorders with your own diagnostic curiosity. In this cozy cortex neighborhood, the insular cortex and anterior cingulate cortex throw a little party about awareness, with the medial prefrontal cortex keeping an eye on social content and self-representations. We wander leftward to the posterior, dipping into the left posterior inferior frontal lobe, where agrammatic speech might hint that language has its quirks. And we pause to marvel at how words and meanings thread through the brain's vast tapestry. From the hippocampus to neocortex, from Purkinje cells in the cerebellar streets to layer V pyramidal neurons, sending messages down the cortical corridors, the brain's dialogue is a symphony of exultatory and inhibitory notes. Side quests pop up: olfactory granule cells, amacrine cells, mitral cells, dorsal column nucleus, each with its own role in perception, memory, and the external question, what makes us us? So, we begin with self-awareness, with the mind's marvelous ability to know itself, to dream about being aware, and to marvel at the messy, marvelous machinery that keeps the story going, neuron by neuron, beat by beat, thought by thought.